believe in you that way and give you this much responsibility. It shows that he trusts you and he believes in you. So if a coach can believe in me that much, I got to come out here and I got to go hard for him and the team.
What was that first day like when you first set on campus? You just got to really get to know everybody.
It was great. I mean, it's kind of like first day of school. You don't really know anybody, but you're there. You just be yourself, and whatever happens, happens. Just first day of school kind of thing.
And what impressed you about Coach Norvell when you finally met him in person and kind of really on that level got to interact?
He's the same guy. Same guy in recruiting. He practices what he preaches, and he holds me and all my other teammates to a high standard.
It's this offseason just been like, getting acclimated. How do you feel right now as far as everything playbook?
I feel the best I've ever felt in my life. I'm just excited to go out there and not only just have a great season for myself, but for these guys. I know what I'm going to do on that field for them, and I'm excited. I'm excited to give everything I got to this football team.
You mentioned Coach Norvell was kind of a big reason why he chose Florida State. Did you kind of follow FSU much, or how great was it to kind of go from Georgia and FSU got another story?
Yeah, for sure. That played a big part. I mean, FSU is just a historically great university, and I have a chance to be a part of a rebuild here. I mean, they just won a national championship in 2013. They were still winning all the way back 2014-15. So, I mean, to be able to be a part of this rebuild at such a historic university with so many great players that have come through here, you can't, like Mackenzie said, you can't write something like this up. I feel like God wrote this. So I'm just happy to be in this place, and I feel blessed. So I'm just going to give everything I got to this, and I'm not going to take it for granted.
The challenge of coming in, and you were part of the 316 last year, but kind of embracing that. How great is it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've always been a guy, I don't care what happened in the past. It doesn't not matter at all. We could have been 0-12, I don't care. I strongly believe in what we've been doing this offseason, what we've done every day. The standard that Coach Norvell holds us to, he get mad if I just called him Norvell. Coach Norvell, the standard that he holds us to, I mean, that's everything that we're going through right now. I feel very strongly that will show during the season. It will not be the same season they had last year. And like I said earlier, Mackenzie comes from a winning program. Coach Norvell comes from a winning program. I come from a winning program. We know what that looks like, and I feel that every day we incorporate those values and those character aspects into what we have now here. So I feel like that's invaluable, and I can't wait for what the season holds for us.
Jermaine, you had a chance to go through spring, kind of seeing all your teammates, rock and roll and getting things going. Can you kind of point us and say there's one teammate that you kind of saw really having a good off season, and you kind of can't wait to see what they can do on the field this season?
That's easy. I'm a D lineman. I feel like every one of my D line brothers. I mean, Fabian Lovett, Dennis Briggs, Robert Cooper, all those guys. I feel like they've been overlooked like crazy because I come from Georgia where we have elite D linemen, and I get there and I see elite D linemen just like that. So I can't wait for those guys to get on the field and show the nation what they can do.
Now, with this being your senior season, what type of impact do you want to leave yourself at Florida State?
Like I said, I mean, this is a legendary opportunity here. I can come here, have a season of my life, a legendary season when it comes to a pass rusher, and not to mention what I can do for this team, what they're trusting me to do. So, like I said, I go to work every day with that in mind, that these guys are trusting me to go out there and have a sensational season, and not even that, go out there every day and practice and workouts to lead these guys. So I take that so strongly, and I try to approach that right every day. Yeah, for sure.
All the newcomers, Jermaine, when they were interviewing into the Slippery class last week, they pressed who stepped up and helped lead them. They mentioned you, of course, and then they mentioned Kieran.
For sure.
Can you talk a little bit about Kieran and what he's like day to day, and you have a style, what's his style?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Kieran, you can look at his resume, it speaks for itself. I mean, he had a very good season. His true freshman year in college at South Carolina. I mean, he's a great player, but even that, like I said in the previous press conference, my experience is what I think is most important that I bring. Kieran experience. He also has a lot of experience. He's been at this level for a long time. So I feel like when it comes to us coaching these young guys. I feel like that's literally what we are, on-field coaches, and I feel like we both hold that at a very high standard. And Kieran, he coaches every day because he was out for a little bit, kind of banged up, but he's good now. But he was out a little bit, but all he could do was coach, and all he could do was give what he could mentally and emotionally to these young guys. So in terms of what Kieran can bring to this team, it's invaluable as well.
Did you pull him aside and have a discussion about
100%. Wait, say it again?
Did you pull him aside and did you guys have a discussion about
Yes, 100%. We talk about it all the time. I mean, these young guys, they look up to us, not even just in the D-line, because they know what we've done and what programs we've been a part of. So, I mean, we just try to help every little aspect of this program in whatever we can do. Yes, sir.
Coach Atkins said offensive line kind of got a little lot of improvement lately. I think Jordan said, they've been working their tail off this offseason. What have you kind of seen going up against in practice?
Man, that group is a talented young group. I don't think they get as much credit as they deserve. I think they're going to earn what they get, though. The credit that they will deserve, they're going to earn this upcoming season. They've been working so hard, and they take it very personally of what happened previous years. And even some of the older guys, they're leading the younger guys, and the younger guys are stepping up, answering the bell. I mean, I've been going pretty hard against them in practice. Obviously, I just practice hard, but in terms of what that does for them, I think it is a lot, because I've seen like how they react to that, how Coach Atkins reacts to that. I feel like we just make each other better. So in that sense.
Jermaine, what was your experience like in the portal? I guess you put your name in December. How many teams contacted you?
I mean, it was everybody, pretty much. Like everybody contacted me. It was kind of crazy. I didn't know where I was going to go. I didn't know. It was kind of stressful because it was like a recruiting aspect, but you didn't have months to deal with it. I had to do it in like under a month. So I'm like, okay, well, I can't go here. I like here. Like, I had everybody calling me. I didn't know what to do, so I had to sit down, think about what I wanted in a program, what program needed me, and just things like that. And it was kind of stressful, but like I said, everything's meant to happen. So.
Is it crazy to think that you're a guy looking for more playing time and now you're one of the three guys here in Charlotte?
No, not to me. I always valued myself and saw myself in that aspect. I'm just happy that Florida State sees me in that way and they accept me with open arms, and I just pray that I could deliver how they expected me to.
Jermaine, what lessons did you learn at Independent Community College, and what lessons did you learn last year going against SEC offensive lines?
All right, independence, first question. I learned so many things, man. I was at the bottom. I didn't have really any money. My parents, they'd send me frozen meals in the mail, overnight in coolers, stuff like that. So I thank them so much for doing that. But just stay humble, keep your head down and work. I mean, I'd always tell people out of high school, I'll be number one guy. I'm going in there whatever, and that's what I ended up doing, be the number one guy at the JUCO level. So. I mean, you just, like I said earlier, just you whatever you see yourself as, that's what you're going to be. So if you see yourself as being that guy, even if you're not then, you will be if you just keep working at it, and vice versa. So I think that's the biggest thing is being what you want to be and being who you want to be. So.
How do SEC offensive lines compare to ACC offensive lines kind of from your first couple months at FSU?
I haven't went up against any ACC offensive line other than my own. And SEC offensive line, I mean, it was fun, man. I feel like I had the best season of my life last season. I'm so upset it was only that number of games because I felt like I was a different monster that year, and I feel even better now. But I never really look at offensive lines. I don't even notice the offensive lineman's size because when I play, especially in pass rush situations, I'm only staring at their arms, and when I'm going to work my move, I don't notice how big they are until after the game. So, like I said, I'm a technician. I try to work on what I can work on to beat the guy across from me. I don't care who he is. I just, like I said before, I hope I can deliver how Tallahassee and Florida States want me to deliver.
Sorry.
You okay?
Keep going.
No, you're good.
Okay. Jermaine, can you tell me something about Tyreek Stevenson? I cover Miami, and obviously he was on the defense with you. That's my first thing I want to follow with something.
Yeah, Tyreek's invaluable. He's a great player. I always saw how great of a player he was and he can be at Georgia. I talk to him every once in a while. He's very happy at Miami right now. He wouldn't want to be anyplace else, and I just wish him the best.
Are you excited about the FSU UM game coming up? I mean, I'm sure you'll talk more.
I'm excited about every game that I get to play in Garnet and Gold. Like I said, for a team, a program, a city, a head coach to have this much faith in me, I have no choice but to deliver on a big level, and that's why I work so hard every day.
Well, have you ever watched that game? What have you heard about that rivalry? And I know Miami
won
big last year.
That's last year. That's none of my concern. Well, this is a new year. I know what we have worked hard. I know how hard we've worked in the off season. I've heard some about the rivalry, obviously, but I come from Georgia, and we have now, like at Georgia, it seems like there's a rivalry every other game. So I mean, I just look at every game the same and play my best game. That's what I like to do.
Okay, and nothing else on the rivalry. Have you ever watched that game? Or?
I've never watched that game. Coming from Georgia, it was like all SEC. Like I never really focused on the ACC. So, I mean, I'm just focused about what I can do for this team and how much I can invest.
Thank you.
One of those rivalry games in the SEC was against Florida. One in your time there at Georgia. I know that's the last game of the year, but excited to go play in the swamp and obviously played them neutral twice. But
I've never
go there and see what that's like.
For sure, I've never played at Florida. Like we play neutral every time at Georgia. And I loved playing Florida last year. I feel like personally that was one of my best games. I wish I was out there a little more, but I can't wait to give them everything I got this year. It's going to be exciting.
Jermaine, what's it been like for you to navigate NIL stuff for these 3 weeks since it's passed?
For sure. Like I said earlier, I just focus on keeping the main thing. I'm prided on being a football player. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't. So I can focus every day on being a great football player and having my family and whoever else help me navigate the NIL stuff. But I have to focus on being a great football player, not only for myself but for this program, who's entrusted a whole lot in me.
So it didn't, Florida State's kind of been on the forefront of some NIL stuff. It didn't really play into trying to figure out where you wanted to go.
No chance. Like I said, I'm a football player first. I'm not anywhere close to done with my football career. I'm not gonna put that much thought into life after football when I have to finish football and do football, if that makes any sense. Not that life after football is important, because it very much is, but I just have to focus on this. Like I said, this program has so much invested in me and vice versa. I don't have any time and space to put any effort into anything else other than this team.
Jermaine, as you entered the ACC, the ACC was some crazy pro game environments. What environment are you looking most forward to in the ACC?
I can't wait I know it's not an ACC game, but I can't wait to play at Florida. I can't wait to play Notre Dame. I can't wait to play Miami. I can't wait to play every big game that I can think of. I love big games, and I can't wait to give everything I get to this team, because I don't think they'll be disappointed at all.
I got one for you. I want to put you on the spot a little bit. So Georgia opens for punishment. The ACC team against a lot of your old teammates. Who are you going to be pulling for, and what Georgia players do you stay in touch with that you're going to be watching this year?
I talk to the Georgia players weekly. I talk to those guys all the time. They're my brothers, obviously. Obviously, I'm going to be pulling for them. I know how hard they work. I know how that program gets down, and I have 100% faith in them. In that W, I'd have to bet my money on them.
When did Coach Norvell tell you to come into this, and what did that mean? I can't remember exactly when I was notified. It had to be like a week or two ago. But obviously, like I said, he trusts me a whole lot. This team trusts me a whole lot, and it would be so selfish if I just took any of this for granted. So I take all of this very seriously. Even the things that you wouldn't think are that serious, they are to me, because I'm entrusted with the responsibility that I am, so I can't mess up, and I've got to deliver on a big note in every way.
As a leader of the group, who are you seeing at defensive end, defensive tackle, strength and conditioning, or workouts?
For sure.
Who's kind of emerging in your eyes?
You got Kier Thomas, Dennis Briggs, Robert Cooper, Fabian Lovett. I mean, the whole defensive front is outstanding to me. Like I said, I come from Georgia. We have a bunch of defensive freaks over there, and now I'm here, and we have a bunch of defensive freaks here. It's not even a big jump, and it's crazy to me because I feel like they don't get as much light as they should, and I'm excited for this year because all those guys get to show what they can do.
We haven't seen it here because he didn't practice in the spring. But
Yeah.
What can we see? What will we see, I guess?
I mean, if you just look what the guy did his true freshman year in the SEC at South Carolina, I mean, it speaks for itself, and he's even better player now, and he's getting healthy again, and I strongly believe he'll be ready for the season, and you guys will not be disappointed at all.
Jermaine, is your role in your position is the same in this defense as it was at Georgia?
That comes in the position of scheme. The defensive scheme is different. But I feel this role, they're going to let me cut loose, and they're going to let me do what I do best, and that's get after the quarterback. And like Coach Norvell said, I love stopping the run. I played at Georgia for 2 years. They pride themselves on that. So I can't wait to just be an all-around player for this team.
One more thing I want to ask you about Georgia. They're talking this offseason about forming a better connection, like in the locker room amongst themselves.
Yeah.
Being that you were in the program for a couple of years, how was that aspect, and did you see that as an area to help them get better?
I haven't been there for quite some time, over half a year. I don't know what their locker room looks like now. I still talk to some of those guys like brothers, even guys that are in the league now, still talk to them. But I'm not sure what areas they need to work on. I haven't been there. A lot can change in 7-8 months. So, but I believe that they're going to fix and handle what they need to, for sure.
Jermaine, in your first year at FSU, man, how much does it mean to you that you got selected to come to ACC Media Day along with your team? And what do you look to bring to this defense in 2021?
It means a ton to me, man. For a team and a program to believe in me this much and trust me this much to come represent them on this level, it's second to none, and it makes me want to invest everything I've got in this team. I already do. I feel like you can ask every one of these guys. I bust my butt every day. And can you ask the second part again?
The second part of the question, on the defensive side of football, I'm sure you're going to be moving around on the defensive line. What are you more comfortable in? Are you more comfortable in that 7 technique, that Y9 technique? Like, what are you more comfortable with doing?
I mean, I'm an all-around defensive end, so anywhere they need me to line up. I played some 4-eye at Georgia. I played, like you said, in the 9 technique. Anything around that edge is pretty much my forte. You guys will be excited this season for sure.
Are the two end positions similar or different?
The field end usually is the bigger end that mostly will rush the quarterback and kind of hand down kind of deal. The boundary end is more of the stand up kind of. If anyone's dropping, it'll be him. Kind of how that goes. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I dropped in coverage a lot at Georgia. I mean, I could do that very well. But I feel like they're going to definitely use me to my skill set here at Florida State for sure.
Jermaine, just quick, and then I'm leaving. Bobby Bowden, I wanted to ask your initial reaction. What's the team's? Did the team do anything special? I don't cover you guys, so I don't know. Last night,
they hold Coach Bowden in such a high regard at Florida State, obviously, and that's just an awful thing to hear about. And even though I didn't know him personally, I've never met him. But for how they speak about him and for that to happen to anybody is awful. So, I mean, our love, our regards are with him and his family. Our prayers go his way. And I just pray the best.
did you do anything special as a team? Did you have any prayer meetings or anything last night?
Not that I'm aware. We've been here for a day already. Been traveling all day yesterday, so I'm sure that something went on back in Tallahassee for sure.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you guys about the rivalry plan? Obviously, I know I'm new to it, but just curious. Should they talk to you about any players or guys? Is the game up for you?
I mean, the biggest thing this offseason was making the changes we needed to change to better ourselves. We weren't talking about any rivalries with any team, any games. Obviously, Notre Dame was highlighted. I mean, that's just the first game of the season, and we know that we have to play them. But in terms of the rivalry talk on the team, There really hasn't been much. We've been worried about ourselves and bettering ourselves and making sure we're ready to bring some proudness and pride to this team again in terms of the city of Tallahassee and the University of Florida State. What changes have I seen? I wasn't here during his first year, so I mean, I don't really know what changes to expect. I mean, I've gotten here. Coach Norvell has been the same guy he's always been, and he holds everyone in that program to a high standard. And if we don't meet that standard, he lets us know, and we have to fix it. So, yeah, no problem.
You were at Georgia before.
Yes, sir.
You played with Tyreek Stevenson. Obviously, he's at Miami. I'm just curious, what you thought of him as a player.
Tyreek is an invaluable player. I mean, he brings so much to a team, and I know he's happy there at Miami, very happy. I just think you guys won't be disappointed in what he does for you guys this year.
Why do you think so many guys from Georgia have been leaving lately?
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. I just know that I'm happy where I am now, and he's happy where he is now, and everything happens for a reason.
What have been some of your impressions of the young defensive ends? You guys have come
they remind me of myself, and I know when I was young, especially in junior college, I didn't have anybody to be like, this is how this goes, this is how you're supposed to handle this. I was just all on my own. So I know how much I can do for them, and I really try to sacrifice myself and my time to try to help them. I always tell them, if you need anything, just come to me. Like, I'll help you. Like, I don't know if you need help or not. I can't read your mind, so I'm like, just tell me what you need. I'll stay after with you. I'll do whatever you want. But they're a talented young group of defensive ends, like very talented. And they got the sky's the limit for them, and I'm just glad that I can be there and give all of my experience and give all I can give to them.
They said that you and Kieran and some of the other guys actually come to them sometimes and offer you when they're not asking questions. Is that something the coaching staff asked you guys to do, or is that something that's still got behind?
No, I feel the only thing the coaching staff asked us to do was be ourselves and be leaders. Everything else we've pretty much taken upon ourselves. So when we do pull guys aside and we go up to guys, we see the potential in them that, I mean, maybe they don't see in themselves, but we see the potential in them, and we just want to pour everything into them to help them, because I feel deep down we wish we had somebody that would have done that for us at that level and at a freshman year. So, I mean, we just pour all we can into those guys and all we can into this program.
Coach Noel obviously coached with Coach Lanning back in Memphis back in the day. And
Yeah.
he actually talked to Dan about you before he got him. What was it like playing for Coach Lanning, and why do you suppose he's been so successful? You were part of the Georgia defense that led the nation for the last 2 years. What does Lanning do you think that enables him to be successful?
I mean, Coach Norvell, he's a guy who practices what he preaches, and he's very intense in everything he believes in. So I feel like him and Coach Lanning share that aspect, and Coach Lanning is very intense in what he believes in, and when you strongly believe in what you believe in, it just makes you go that much harder and makes you invest that much more into whatever it is. So I feel like Coach Lanning is very invested as a coach, and he believes in what he preaches, and I feel like that shows.
Do you hear some of the same language? Every now and then you hear something from Coach Norvell and say, that you can connect to Lanning or vice versa?
I feel like Coach Lanning, now being around Coach Norvell, a lot of times of how they speak and how intensely they can speak, now it makes sense. It clicks because Coach Norvell is very intense when he speaks, and even when Coach Lanning would speak to us pre-game when we're alone or whatever, he'd have this intenseness about him, and I don't know if that's where he got it from, but I can see that connection there.
I know Coach uses like the idea of camaraderie is really important, and then you hear him talk about that. Have you noticed that? Can you kind of hear that closeness, especially amongst your group?
100%. In all the teams I've been a part of, that was one of, if not the most important thing, was camaraderie, chemistry, sense of brotherhood. When you don't have trust and you don't have any respect for the guy next to you, you're not going to want to sacrifice yourself. So that's one of the most important things coming here, was showing these guys that I'm willing to sacrifice myself. I'm willing to dive into this program, give everything I've got for these guys. So in terms of camaraderie, I feel like that is one of the things that we've been attacking, and I feel like we're doing a great job at that. Yes, sir.
I want to ask you about coming out of high school, recruitment. Obviously, you made the trip to junior college, but what was your recruitment like coming out of high school, and then your aspirations long term from there?
I mean, I was always a pretty great player. At one point, I was the best player in Minnesota. Grades got the best of me, and obviously I had to pay that price. Coach Brown, Jason Brown, he ended up contacting me. I had opportunity to go to numerous Division I colleges, but I'd have to sit out the first semester and then get my scholarship after that, whatever. But I was going to do that because I didn't want to go to junior college at all. And then Coach Brown called me and he goes, if you come play here, you'll be the best player in the nation. And then he said, you'll be able to choose anywhere you want to go. And that's what happened. So I think it worked out great for me. And I think I'm right where I'm supposed to be at right now.
Coach Norvell talks so much about all season being when you establish your identity as a team.
For sure.
This team, from when you met them in January to now, what's the identity that's been established over the 7 months?
Hard work works, man. There's no shortcuts. There's no way around it. Addressing what we had to address from last season, like the question he asked, camaraderie and brotherhood, that was a big thing we had to build over this offseason. I feel like we have, and it's only getting stronger. And I feel like we're just making hard work the theme. It works. So just having everybody buy in, buy into the little things, buying into the culture that we're building here. It's showing, and I can't wait to put it on display this season.
Jordan, to paraphrase, kind of said last year, obviously they lost a lot. They had lost a lot in the years prior. Losing kind of became comfortable to them.
Yeah.
They're tired of losing. You guys are still there, tired.
For sure.
How have you seen that with this group? He said they've kind of been, I guess, galvanized, and we're not doing that. We're moving on from that. We're getting better. We're progressing towards what we want to be ultimately.
Yep. I mean, they know how last year made them feel, and it definitely left a nasty taste in their mouth. I've lost my fair share of games over my career. I hate it too. I feel like coaches trusting the guys he brought in, and even the leaders that are already there to change that mindset there. So I think, like I said, the thing we've been attacking is becoming closer as a team and understanding that hard work works. And if you just work hard, winning is going to feel that much better.
How's Derek doing? I presume he's enjoyed working with you.
For sure.
He's kind of needed a guy to help guide him as he's doing.
For sure. He's a sponge, man. He's a young sponge. Everything I'm telling him, he's listening. He's applying it. It's working for him. I'm excited for what he's going to do this year. And that's probably his greatest strength, is how much he can just sit there, listen, and learn and apply. So I'm very impressed with him from that aspect, for sure.
Thanks, Jermaine.
Obviously, over the game, you guys are getting ready to hit the ground running. Some teams are built to do that. Some teams maybe are not. You look around your locker room, you feel like this is a team that is built to kind of be able to be at a high level right away, opening up in Notre Dame.
So again, I missed the first part of the question.
To open up in Notre Dame, it's just something you got to hit the ground running, be really good right away.
Yeah.
Some teams are built for that. Some teams are not. It's just a team that has what it takes to be good from the get-go.
100%. I feel like I said earlier, Coach Norvell, he came from a winning program in Memphis. I come from a winning program in Georgia. Mackenzie comes from a winning program at UCF. We know what it looks like to win, and we're applying all those values and those character aspects into this program, and everyone's trusting us to do a great job and to be very selfless when it comes to this program. And I feel like we're answering the bell, and I hope we can continue to get better.
Got time for one more.
Sorry, Jermaine.
You're good, man.
Jermaine, just watch a lot of your tape. I mean, you've got that quick first steps and you're able to pressure. But, decent sack numbers? Are you looking to finish out the play more? I mean, comparing you to some of the people that did the first stage, Peter Boulware comes to mind, just grades like that. What have you done to help better your game? Not that it's bad.
No, I got you. No, last year it was the best season I've ever played. We had a short downfall with a little shoulder little nick, and I missed the Auburn and Tennessee games. But right after that Alabama game, I got a sack, only sack in the game. Florida game, I got a sack, only sack in the game. And I got 5 consecutive games with a sack in each. And it was just, I felt so great that season. I'm mad it couldn't be a regular season that we're all used to. And my numbers definitely didn't reflect how I was playing, for sure.
They weren't bad.
No, for sure. I understand. I know what season that was going to be for me had everything gone to plan. But like I said, everything goes to plan, but it's God's plan, and I'm right where I'm supposed to be. And yeah.
We're good. We got to take you downstairs.
All right. Thanks, man.
Appreciate it, man. Jermaine, good luck on the season, brother.
Appreciate you, fam.
Can't wait.